So listen, I analyzed over 1,000 millionaire spending habits and I found something that completely contradicts everything that you've been told about getting rich. Now, these millionaires that we know and love, the ones that are driving 10-year-old Toyotas, well, they're wasting money on three specific things. But at the same time, being cheap in these three areas is actually what's keeping most people poor. Let's break down the research. Now, actually looking at 1,000 millionaire spending habits would take freaking forever. It would take years of research and breaking down everything, but luckily, this information out there already exists. You see, I'm taking three major studies on millionaire spending habits. One is Thomas Stanley's Millionaire Next Door, where he conducted over 500 face-to-face interviews. We're looking at Tom Corley's Rich Habits, which was 5 years studying 233 wealthy people and 128 poor individuals. And then finally, to top it off, a Harvard Business School study on millionaire time use. Now, all the sources are going to be listed below, but let's get into it. All right, now here's what everybody knows about millionaires. Yes, they're frugal. I mean, Stanley's research shows that they drive older cars, they live in modest homes, and they avoid luxury brands. But here's what nobody really talks about. You see, while they're cutting coupons, they're spending big on three specific categories. But these three things have over a 100 to 500% ROI because they directly multiply earning power. Now, number one is buying back time. Number two is the tools for their trade. And number three is spending on health and energy optimization. Now, I'm going to show you the exact math calculating each one. So I got a question for you. We're looking at housework. You hate doing it. Chores, washing dishes, scrubbing things down, meal prep, the whole 9 yards. It's freaking brutal. Now, would you rather save $800 per month doing this all yourself? Or would you rather pay $800 and take all the time you were dedicating to those things? Say that's 32 hours back, and you could end up making more money with your time from that? Would you do it? Well, broke people actually choose option one, where millionaires choose option two. And there's research proving that this works. You see, a study in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences analyzed 6,271 people across 4 different countries. Now, what they found out is that spending money on time-saving services directly increases life satisfaction across all income levels. So they ran this experiment where they gave people $40 to spend. In the first week, they could spend it on time-saving services, and on the second week, they could spend it on material goods. Guess what? The results were significantly greater happiness from people buying time-buying activities or services rather than just buying stuff. Okay? And here's the calculation. It just makes so much sense when you break it out. Now, if you make $100,000 per year, that's $48 an hour. And then let's say that you spend about 8 hours per week on housework. And that's pretty conservative. We're talking lawn care, shopping, meal prep, dishes, everything that you're doing, vacuuming, all that stuff. That's $384 worth of your time per week, or $1,536 per month. Now, the solution is, hey, you could go outsource that for $800 per month. Get a housekeeper for $400, meal prep services for $300, lawn care for $100. Now, your time freed becomes 32 hours per month. So looking at the math, if you reinvest just half of those hours, 16 of them, into your highest value work at $100 an hour, that's $1,600 in additional income. Your net profit becomes $800 per month. Now, that's ROI of over 100%. Harvard Business School found that millionaires specifically use this freed time from tasks where they have more control and they have higher value for it. And this is how they compound their time advantage. So they start small. Like, what's one task that you hate the most? Try and outsource that and track the ROI if you're actually putting your time into more actionable activities. So I get it. You might not want to spend $800 a month on something like this, and it gets really overwhelming, but there are certain things that you could layer into your lifestyle that just make more functional sense. Earlier this year, I bought a dual oven toaster oven, and it has a regular bake setting, and it's got air fry and all these different things where I can now cook literally 2 meals at once. And it's made food prep way easier for me. I've got a rice cooker that also steams different things and kind of has dual functionality for it. And I literally cut the time it took me to prep and cook meals by more than half. It probably takes me about a third of the time, mainly because I can just dump these different things in and it all happens for me. And so I didn't go out and like outsource with other people and spend hourly and like pay people for this. It's literally just thinking through more methodical about what you're buying, how you can use it, and can it be used to free up your own time. Okay, now thing two, this is what millionaires are just ripping spending through, and that's tools and education. Okay, Tom Corley found that 88% of millionaires spend at least 30 minutes a day learning. But the real difference is actually what they buy to multiply their income. Okay, let's think about this scenario. You got a broke videographer. They buy a $900 camera and they shoot $150 birthday gigs. But a serious one will invest in a pro setup and that allows them to charge $3,000 per project. The same hours worked, completely different earning potential. Now, a designer, it goes the same way. With a cheap laptop, they make $25 an hour, but a designer with the right workstation, software, and everything that they need can charge $150 an hour. See, the tools literally change the tier that you're allowed to compete in. And this applies everywhere. Consultants, contractors, developers. The people earning the most aren't necessarily lucky, right? They invested in the tools, but then they take it a step further and invest in the training that they need that puts them into a premium rate category. The pattern is really simple. The millionaires don't buy nicer stuff, they buy better tools. The tools then increase their value, their speed, and their pricing power, and these aren't expenses anymore. They're actually upgrade to the earning engine. Now, this really applies to me when I started out on YouTube. I bought like this really crappy camera that I thought would be a fantastic purchase. Turns out it actually got me more interested in YouTube, but I was always hesitating to buy new laptops, to buy the best camera that I could get. All of this stuff because the earning, I wasn't thinking about. I was just thinking about, holy shit, this is extremely expensive. It'll be some of the biggest purchases that I've ever made in my life. And it kept me deterred from it. Meanwhile, once I actually went full bore, all in, got the camera, got better with it, learned, did the education I needed, my earning potential in something like YouTube or the side businesses that I have shot up quite significantly. Once you're willing to take it seriously and you're ready to make that investment, in my case, every sort of heart palpitation that I've had in the past for something I thought maybe I couldn't afford was able to pay for itself time and time again. Okay, now thing 3 here, super important, something I need to get much better at, and I really suck at it. It's health optimization. See, Tom Corley's research found that 76% of wealthy people exercise for 30 minutes plus a day, 4 times per week, minimally. Compare that to 23% of poor people. Okay. And on nutrition, 97% of poor people eat 300 plus calories on junk food daily versus 30% on wealthy people. Okay. Millionaires spend 2 to 3 times the national average on health. Think about gym memberships, quality food, preventative care. Why? Because health equals sustained earning capacity for these people. Think about it, right? You're 35 years old. You have 30 plus years of earning potential left. Option 1, let's say you decide to not spend it. You save $500 a month on health, okay? You burn out by 45 and you lose a decade of peak earning potential. Option 2, though, you invest $500 a month in health. You can maintain peak energy until 65 and keep earning at high levels for 30 years. Now, the math is quite obvious here. It's like you don't need to spend anything like $2,000 a month. You could start literally with $100 a month on a gym membership, $200 a month, better quality of food, maybe $100 on preventative care. That would be $400 a month to sustain your earning engine for 30 plus years. And if you're somebody, I mean, you literally can start smaller. I've seen gym memberships that are $10 a month. Like if you are more intentional with the spending in this category, it's going to get way better for you. Now, for the sake of this video, I understand that it might sound a little bit more expensive, but like, let's add this up. Okay. Monthly investment. So you could buy back time for like $500. You could buy tools and education for an extra $500 and spend $400 on health. We're up to $1,400 per month. Now, your monthly returns on this, well, the time spent on high value work, you could get up to $2,000. Your better tools allowing you to charge higher rates, that's up $1,000. And health providing sustained productivity is another $500. Well, your total value then becomes $3,500 a month, and your net benefit is $2,100 a month. Your ROI becomes 150% here. The annual impact is $25,200. And this is conservative because many millionaires are spending more and they see 300 to 500% ROI on these specific categories. That's the important thing here. It's got to be really calculated for this stuff. And again, all of this scales at different levels and depends on where you live. You can get a lot of the same benefits that I've mentioned for a lot cheaper in some of the areas that you're living. Now, the real secret to making all of this work is that you need a profession, you need a job or a side hustle or something that can scale with what you're going to get back from investing in each one of these categories. And here's what's different from all other spending. You see, these 3 categories, they will directly multiply your earning power. Everything else is consumption. Car payment, consumption. Designer clothes, consumption. Fancy restaurants, consumption. Meanwhile, time-saving services, investment. Professional development, it's an investment. And health optimization is another investment. Millionaires understand the difference. So here's what I would do as the next step. First, I would pick one of the 3 categories to think about how I could invest and optimize this month. Option 1, buy back time. It's my favorite. What task takes 5 or more hours per week that you absolutely hate? Can you outsource it? When you outsource it, use that freed time to make more money. It's the only way that it will work. Option 2 is to invest in tools. What's one upgrade that would allow you to charge 20% more? Freaking buy it. Track the ROI on this though, and make sure it's a calculated decision. And option 3 is to optimize your health. What is one health investment that you've been putting off? Are you going to the gym? Could you just get better food? Start this week though. You don't need to be a millionaire to start these things. Start at scale. You can go small. Even just allocating just slightly more money in each category, I've found makes a huge impact when you just get started. You just need to think like a millionaire. The research is clear. These 3 categories have the highest ROI of any spending possible. Stop being cheap where it counts and start being strategic with your money.